we are going over a little bit of the tier list. We have quite a few things that we're going over. We have this separated into our different tiers, obviously. We have I Want It Now. I am always up for this. It can be fun if my partner wants it. And not my thing, but no judgment. There's no bad thing on here. There's never going to be anything that we say is gross because everything is acceptable, right? As long as you are not hurting yourself or hurting others, you are completely and totally valid, right? That's what I believe. Hi, Azeroth. Hi, Slate. Hey, hi, Alex. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope everyone is having a great day today. We're going to give it a few moments just for things to kind of roll in a little bit, but we might get started with just, a few of the basics here because I think we all know. Oh, actually, hold on. I do need to check. How long will I be on? I'll be on until we finish this list. We have quite a few to go through. So we have quite a few to go through. And I will have the results. Yeah. No, absolutely. I took time to go through a lot of different kinks here. So yeah, there is a lot on here. There is a lot on here. And a lot that people might not know. A lot that people might know, been in the lifestyle for a long time. There's really is a lot to choose from. Yeah. So and that's one of the things I kind of want to go through a little bit of what each one is and safe play for it as well. We're not going to go. It's going to be more. Keep in mind, we're going to get into talking a little bit about what I believe is kind of fun and what I think is cool. But a lot of this is educational too, right? We have to think education. So, with that said, why don't we get started up a little bit? I think people who know me already know where this one's going. It is going right up there. I had to reset that chat. Maybe over there. Yep, I think that'll work good. But yeah, face sitting is a big kink. I think it's an amazing way to be intimately close with your partner. I think and there's also power dynamics to it. I absolutely fucking love it. I think you actually get hired to come to the job to discuss it. So I'm assuming, and once you can get in the lifestyle more. Awesome. Congratulations, Blitz. It's hard for you? What's hard for you, Alex? Anyhow, I think this is a great kink where basically people, you allow intimacy. It's very close. This is something that you want to do with a partner that is you're very close to, as it would be, To apply for multiple jobs. Okay, gotcha. I get what you're saying, Alex. Still no offer. Oh, I'm sorry, hun. Job hunting can be rough. So, I think everybody kind of knew that one was coming. I made no secret about that at all. Oh, thank you, Azeroth. Facing and name itself always got the whole description. Yeah, it honestly is. That's what it is. But there's a lot more to it than that. It's just a sensual activity. I really enjoy it. Not you. Now keep in mind when we're talking about things that can't actually be done in reality, because there are a few of these on here where they can't actually be done to reality. We're talking about doing it in a role-play environment or seeing art of it. So for that, I'm going to say, hey, it can be fun. Unbirthing, it can be fun. It's a unique idea. And, well, not necessarily like the biggest thing that I think of. I still think it's kind of a cool idea to see portrayed in art. I think it's unique. So, continuing. Hi, Kanakusk. Welcome. Strange, there is docking in the list, Azeroth. There is docking. Don't worry, we'll be getting to that a little bit later. So, our next one up is branding. And to be fair, this is going to be our first one that I'm just like, no. Not my thing, but no judgment to people who like that. No judgment for people who do like that or don't like that. It's the idea, it goes against a lot of what I think, which is permanent harm. So under branding, a lot of times they also put down tattooing and stuff like that. And I think, honestly, that's permanent commitments. If you're in a hardcore marriage or relationship, I think not so much. Uh, Or go for it. Do what you're gonna do, but not really my thing. I don't believe you ever should be inflicting that much pain. Hi, beautiful afterlife, love, and yeah, sucks if you leave your dom and find a new one. Have to explain why you have brand on your skin. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. In a fantasy element, I might put it up to like if my partner wants it, but really not sort of my thing. Pred and Prey. Again, this is going to be something like if my partner wants it, it doesn't interest me at all. Nothing about this is very interesting to me as far as uh, it goes into primal play and the idea of getting into inner animal, and I really don't care for that. It's just never been my thing. Hi, Brief Love. We'll get into that. And sending love and best wishes. Oh, it's good to see you, Brief Love. And Azeroth, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Anyhow, uh, but yeah, Pred Prey, not really my thing. It would be something I'd be willing to experiment if uh, my partner was really into that. But honestly, just not my thing. Yeah, spit roasting. I would actually put this under it can be fun. I think it's going to depend on your partner. If you guys don't know what this is the idea of basically you have two males on side of somebody in the middle, oral sex on one end, anal penetration on the next. But yeah, I think it could be a fun experience, especially if you're into like a multiple partner play. But it's not something that I'm actively going out and being like, yeah, this is definitely my thing. But, the opportunity arises. It wouldn't be something I'd be like completely against either. And but yeah. So moving on, coprophilia. Not my thing. No judgment. No judgment on that. Is really not my thing. I don't. Coprophilia has to do with fecal matter. This is people who find sexual arousal in human waste. Yeah, scat play. Yeah, hello, Alex. That's not going to happen today, love. That is not going to happen today because this is an IRL stream. It's an IRL stream. Nothing like that's going to happen, love. If you want to tip me, we can. You're more than willing to. If you are more than willing to, I'd love that. But we're just kind of talking here. We're having education here. So yeah, coprophilia shit play, not my thing. I think it's dirty. I think it's actually unhealthy. There's a lot of dangers that come from that, so not so much. Navels. I think they're cute. I'm always up for this. Just like any sort of like kissing on the belly or anything like that, navel play. When we talk about the navel, we're talking about the belly button. I think it's cute. I think it's adorable. I think there's a lot of misused. There's a lot of underutilized erogenous zone in that area. Looking through the list, and most of us know your answers on a few of them. Possibly, you may. You very well may. That will be going to be seen. I put some of them up top that I know are going to be. Belly is one of the best places to rest your head on. Yes, it's under you. A lot of people don't think of this as like a sexual zone, but I always think of this as something that you can find. Bigger bellies, or the navel, just in general, is very cute. It's something that, because we do have bellies on here later, but navel in general is just such an intimate part of the body that never gets attention. So it's kind of interesting to see. Azeroth sassy. So Mpreg. Obviously haven't seen Hot Shots. Oh my goodness. Yes. I get what you're talking about. It's a movie. It's a movie, Blitz. It's a movie. Mpreg. Now, I am. This is one of those things. If you don't know what this is art of male impregnation. It's very popular, especially among the furry community, and it's kind of interesting to see how people react to this. So it's. I know a lot of people think it's horrible. It's one of the worst fucking things to come out of the communities, and you see it a lot in like fan art. Fan art. Um, it's. I can see the interest in it. So again, this is not something that could actually happen in IRL, but I can see interest in it. I'm not gonna like say I'd never look at a photo of it. If I saw something that looked interesting, I'd be like, oh, okay. It's not gonna be something that I'm looking after and lusting after. We'll put it that way. Sissies. This is a hard one. I almost debated creating it my own category for this. Because sissies are very much not my thing. And I almost have judgment for this. The reason why sissification is when you take a male and you make them into a more feminized version, and you kind of degrade them for dressing up and degrade them for being female. And I really dislike that. Because it kind of hits close to home for me specifically. Yeah, but it's not really femboy. Sissy is much different than femboy, Azeroth. Femboy is taking ownership, and that's a person doing it. Sissification is somebody who's saying, I'm going to be little sissy girl, and all I want to do is suck cock. I think that's really the level of it. That's just, it's humiliating to the trans community a bit, if you get what I'm saying. Femboy is different. Femboy is somebody who's saying, I identify as a male, but I have feminine qualities. It's not just about sexuality. There's no clips for it. There's no clips on this, Azeroth. Thank you very much. This is Picardo, honey. Hi, Lord Tavish. It's good to see you. But yeah, femboy and sissies, very different. Sissies are definitely the fetish. And I can't get into it. It's not my thing. I'm never going to enjoy that. It's, like I said, it's a little degrading. Crush. Crush is a very specific type of thing. And again, not my thing. Crush is more into macro play, yeah. But it also is an IRL thing, and when it's done IRL, it's a little bit disgusting. Because typically it's using bugs or small animals. It's very illegal. Keep in mind, it's very illegal for these videos to get made, and there's been a lot of controversies over that. But yeah, the idea of Crush IRL, yeah, definitely not my thing. But I guess here's the thing: if we're talking art of Crush, I can say it can be fun. Crush could be fun in fantasy and art, but keep in mind this is coming with the caveat that if it's IRL, hell no. Hell no. Not even like crushing furniture or stuff like that. I don't dig that, because people crush all sorts of things for like the fetish and the kink. But I think as long as this one's kept into art form and kept into a type of play that is within the imagination, very much so. But as far as like IRL, shit no. Ass worship. Want it now. That's no surprise. I love this. I think it's one of the best erogenous zones on the body for both men and women. And yeah, having somebody on their knees worshiping you in that intimate area is a beautiful experience. I think that's beautiful. Because it can be done in all sorts of ways, usually on knees, can be combined with face sitting. It's a good extra, as it would be. Oh yeah, I mean, no secrets on that. Yes, we're getting on the forced nudity, Alex. We are getting on the forced nudity. Forced nudity, I think in the right scenario, I'm always up for this. In the right scenario, I am always up for this. Because it's a power play dynamic, right? It's a power play dynamic. Yeah, it's got to be with the right person. You make a very good point, Azeroth. It's definitely about power play. It's about having that note of saying, okay, I trust this person enough to take care of me, because you are making someone completely and totally vulnerable at that point. You know, you are making someone completely and totally vulnerable to the world. They are exposing themselves quite literally for you. That is an extreme level of trust. So it has to be with the right person to say, you know what, strip down. I'm going to be clothed. You're going to be nude. Biting. Here's where I'm going to be a little bit different. I am. It can be fun, but I have to be very careful with it. If I'm the one biting, I have to be very careful with my teeth. And this used to be like an I want it now for me. But in case you guys don't know, I have fake teeth. So that really impacts my ability to do it. I can't bite with any sort of guarantee of strength anymore. It's just one of those things where I have to be very careful and work with the right person, because otherwise I can easily draw blood. Yes, I can bite my own elbow. I can absolutely bite my own elbow. I can bite my eyes. But yeah, since I have fake teeth now, one, it requires prep and getting the teeth in before any sort of situation might arise. And it also has to deal with, am I biting too hard? Because my teeth are a heck of a lot sharper than yours. It's just the way they're made. Okay, amputee fetish, not my thing, but I get it. I get people who like this. I really do. I really do get people who have the amputee fetish. It's the idea of having somebody who you either are relying on or you're assisting, or it goes into the idea of the power dynamic again, where you just have somebody who you are completely able to control. Like Boxing Helena. If you've ever seen that movie, it's pretty bad. But there's an old movie called Boxing Helena that literally goes into this. So it's not my thing, but I get it. I get why people like it. Enemas. Enemas can be fun. Plain and simple. They can absolutely be fun. And if you're a bottom, you better get used to an enema. It's necessary. An enema can be absolutely necessary for you in order to enjoy bottoming without divulging into coprophilia. Let's be fair. You're still getting used to that one. I get that. It takes time. It absolutely takes time to learn how to properly give yourself an enema and then go on. But there is a nice feeling that comes from being absolutely cleaned inside. Pegging. Always up for this. Now, when I say pegging, I mean this specifically. Because a lot of people think, oh yeah, trans woman pegging. Of course, that's just anal sex. No, it's not really. This would be like if I had a strap on. Yeah, I'm always up for it. Because still, again, asexual, the idea of actual sexual interactions don't appeal to me, but using it as a power dynamic, hell yes. Very much so. Sometimes it goes south, got a bad stomach ache. This every time you're using too much water in your enema. You're using too much. You are putting too much in you. You need to slow it down a little bit. Be soft. Be soft with yourself. But yeah, pegging, absolutely, because it's a power dynamic. It is an absolute power dynamic. What's up, Lord Tavish? Throwing out the owl emote. All right. So continuing on, we're doing good, Tavish. Continuing on, we have electroplay. Electroplay is one of my favorites. I've always loved electroplay, both receiving and giving. There's something about being shocked that's just so sends stuff down my body. I absolutely love it. Violet wands are amazing. Electroplay can be shockingly fun. Love that. Yeah, you would use this with this is one you have to be very careful with, and you have to get specialized equipment. So your violet wands and stuff like that. So where would you like to be shocked most on the body? Here's the deal. That's changing for me, Azeroth. As my body is changing, I'm getting different sensations and erogenous zones. So I don't know. I have no idea where it would be. I have no idea where I would want that actually nowadays. Some areas might hurt more than they have. Some areas might feel more pleasurable. That's just part of the process of transition, actually. Your body changes, you get different feelings. It's kind of neat that how much estrogen actually changes your complete sexual dynamic. Because believe it or not, guys, I used to be a lot more submissive as a male. Plain and simple. I used to be a lot more submissive as a male. Might have used that one to revive me from my heart attack. Please don't have a heart attack, beautiful afterlife. Please don't. I want you to be alive as long as possible, love. Just because you're named Beautiful Afterlife doesn't mean that you need to go to the afterlife anytime soon. But yeah, this is one to be very careful with. If you do have questions about this one, please reach out to me. I can give you like links on like proper tools and stuff like that. I know people who have fucked around with this one and used like cut electrical cords to just kind of shock themselves, and that is highly, highly dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Getting TENS units or getting a violet wand is usually the best way to go. Uniform. I'm always up for this. I like uniforms. Which uniform do I like most? Military officer uniforms. I find that so incredibly attractive. Both for men and women, military officer uniforms are wonderful. Come at me with a cop uniform, I'm gonna turn you down. Because ACAB. No, I don't have much respect for the police, but military uniforms, yes, very much so. I like that, and I like the idea of dressing in that. I think it offers a situation of power and and immediately commanding respect. So I put this in here. It's not really kink, but it is something that we do a lot, and it can be very intimate. Snuggles, yes. Snuggles are high. Snuggling is high. I'm a very touchy person. I thrive on touch. Yes, snuggles are always a yes. Because it goes along with something that we'll see later, which is called aftercare, which is that cool down after a play session. But I felt it was good to put this in here, that not all kink has to be like super sexual, guys. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Most of these actually can be done without traditional intercourse. But snuggles, yes, please hold me, let me hold you, lying down, amazing. That's the end goal. Honestly, that is the end goal of everything. Snuggles and afterplay make the sub feel loved and felt wanted. Always important after cuddles. Even more so, I think it's actually important for the dominant, because it gets you out of that mode. Because it gets you out of the dom headspace. It can allow you to get back into the natural feeling of life, right? Where you are knowing, okay, this is okay. Play session is done. Let's move on to being who we are. Let's move on to outside of this environment and move into the next. It's a cool down mode. It lets both sides form that bond and form a higher level of trust. Absolutely, Azeroth. Think this is your cool down. Yes, there are professional cuddlers. Blitz. Humiliation. Depending on the situation, I am always up for it. I think it's hot. Plain and simple. How do you know if you're a dom when you have no experience? Very good question. It depends on how you like to approach interactions, Afterlife. It really does. Do you like approaching interactions and taking control? Do you like to feel more like you want somebody to make the decisions for you? Tavish, no talk like that in chat, okay, honey? No talk like that in chat. At all. Plain and simple. But yeah, if you feel like you'd like to take control in interactions, then yeah, you might be dominant. It's worth exploring. And you can always talk to more people. If you have any questions about that Afterlife, please reach out. My line's always open. My line is always open. I would find someone that has experience understanding where you fit in. You might be a dom or you might be a sub. Don't fully know until you try or ask others who are in the lifestyle. Absolutely. And we all fall. Here's the thing. Even outside of the lifestyle, even outside of all these kinks, we all fall into like a dominant or submissive role. That's just overarching for how we engage and interact. It's just how we engage in day to day. This is the fun, like kinky shit, right? Exactly. Are you a follower or a leader? Blindfolds. Yes. Yes, I love blindfolds. I like the idea of restricting sensory, uh, adding an aspect of sensory deprivation. I think with that, you get a little bit more, you enhance the other senses, which can be really important for certain types of play. So blindfolds allowing you to basically cut off sight, make the submissive trust in you even more because we rely on sight so much, and when that person can only rely on the smell, hearing, and taste, it all becomes a lot more amplified. Exactly. Growth and shrinking. I think I'm not sure on this one because I like the I. Let's base it for like VR. I like being tall. I like being tall and being towering over people. I like the idea of the macro idea. Do I want to shrink? Hell no. But it'd be fun to have other people shrink around me, right? So, again, not something that can actually happen. Yes, Blitz, you're horny. I get it. But not something that can actually happen, but it's something that you can kind of implement in certain aspects of your life. Like if you like growing, wear heels. I do it all the time. I wear platform heels all the time because I like feeling tall. I like being able to look down. It's not a sense of like I want to be better than you. It's more of the sense of I like when people look up to me. Shush, Azeroth, you sassy. Armpits. Love them. I love them. I think they're great. Um, I think it's an underutilized area of the body. There's something sensual about like, hey, that is an area that people don't commonly give a lot of attention to. So it's normally extremely sensitive. So small bite there does wonders. Or having someone lick there feels really, really good, right? So yeah, that's definitely a big thing for me. Okay, so sploshing. If you don't know what sploshing is the idea of using food and other items that are edible and throwing it down on the person. So like, let's say for example, you had like a can of tomato juice and you just poured it all over me. That would be sploshing. Not my thing. No judgment. Like honestly, that is a really innocent kink, but it's just to me, it's just like food play. Not so much. I'm not a big fan of food play. That's why I said tomato juice there. Beautiful afterlife. Bucket of chocolate. Eh. See, none of the food play stuff really gets me on. I don't. I don't think any of it's really that great. I don't think any of the food play stuff is that great. It just doesn't feel good to me. Uh, Not a fan of it. Masochism. Here's the hard thing. If my partner really wants to try something on me, I'm up for it. And actually, I would say I'd even move that up to. I'm kind of torn. I'm torn on this one because I don't. I'm more sensitive skin now, but I used to be able to take a spanking and a whipping. I can deal with people wanting to hurt me a little bit. I can deal with that pain, and I know how to find the pleasure centers in that. But it's not really my thing anymore. But if my partner really wanted to explore their side, I'm all for it. I am all for it. My partner wants it, I think it would be where it goes. Yeah, I think so. I think if my partner wanted that, I would be up for it. Keep in mind, I'm looking at this as a broad range of kinks rather than just like, oh, by the way, this is only Abby as a dominant or submissive. I'm thinking, okay, how would I experience this just in a total and complete aspect, you know? Again, still trying to quit smoking, so I gotta do that every once in a while. So, torture. Not my thing. Sorry. Certain specific types of torture, yes, maybe, but not just this. Not plain and simple, like, I'm gonna hurt you for the sake of hurting you. I don't really care for that at all. I don't. It's just never appeals to me. If there's gonna be pain, there needs to be reason, and there needs to be something that helps somebody understand themselves more. Oh, and my camera is going off a little bit. There we go. More full-on pain. I don't like hurting others. Exactly. Now, discipline, yes, discipline I can get into. But just pain for the sake of pain? Fuck no. Why? All right, scatologia. Now, this is not what you guys think. I'm going to put this where I like it already, and then I'm going to explain what this is, because this is not what you guys think it is. Scatologia is dirty talking. It's talking to somebody dirty. It's fun. I love it. It's based. Nope. It's not anything having to do with scat. It's just dirty talking. It's literally just talking a little bit dirty, like talking a little bit sexy to people, being overtly flirtatious. It has a really bad name considering scat has become such a thing. But yeah, I am all for dirty talking. I think it's fantastic. It's honestly one of the best parts of floor play. Shit, right? Oh. All right, for everybody's favorite kink in the furry community. I think it'd be fun. When is the kink vocabulary test? Trust me, I thought about putting down all the actual paraphilic names for this, but then I was like, I'm gonna have to explain every single paraphilic name to you guys. And I don't want to have to do that because all of these have different paraphilia names. Like, let me see if I have to think. Like, we'll get down to some of them later, but things like affixophilia and stuff like that, you have different names than you might be knowing about, you know. But I think it can be fun. I like art of it. I think vor art actually is pretty cool. It's one of the first. If you look actually at some of the early furry media, that the things that kind of defined what furry was, like Fritz the Cat by R. Crumb, vor was very prevalent in that. Vor's been a huge part of the community since the get-go, so I find it very interesting. I think it can be fun, plain and simple. Yeah, it's a fun little thing, and I really like how people have taken out degradation. Now, degradation, I'm always up for this. Yeah, it's hot. I wish I could say be more thorough with that, but it is just hot. Degradation, the idea of just letting loose and letting somebody know. I should watch Zoe the Vixen. I'll make sure to check that out, Afterlife. Thank you. But yeah, degradation. Oof. As long as it is done in a consensual and safe environment where you have that safety measure to let people, when you say, you know what, you are worthless and all that, and using physical aspects for degradation. Fantastic. I don't know what is up with my camera. Come on, focus on me. There we go. You think you've watched Zoe? I'll be interested. I'll check it out. I will check it out. I will definitely check it out. But yeah, the caveat, that has to be with a good partner. Hot dogging. If you aren't Uh, if you aren't familiar with hot dogging is typically rubbing the penis between the ass cheeks until ejaculation. So no penetration. Uh, you're basically your dick is the dog and the buns are the buns, right? So yeah, it can be fun. And I'd actually say if my partner wants it, it gets little bit closer to actual sexuality, actual sex to me, which really isn't that appealing. But if my partner wanted to do that, I'd be down. I would be down. I think it would be an interesting experience. Not something I've ever done. You just spilled soda all. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, if my partner wanted that, I'd be down. I'd be down. Keep in mind, these are like a lot of this stuff I can't say that I've done. There's certain ones that absolutely I have done, but I'm gonna leave that one up to your imagination. But you huge tease for the dog. You would know that being a strawberry dog. Awesome. But interests change and grow over time, right? Not all of us have the same interests right now that we did when we were kids. And we can say the same thing for like 10 years from now. Our interests may be completely different, right? Absolutely. That's how this life goes. We always change and grow and evolve. Okay, so our next one, femdom. Pretty easy. Come on, guys. Come on. I mean, yes, edging is lots of fun. I'm always up for it. Edging is an amazing experience, especially with the right partner. You see the key point that I'm making with a lot of this? It's with the right partner. With the right partner, a lot of this can be a lot of fun. If you find somebody who you are comfortable with, you can do a lot. You can do a lot, and I think that's fantastic. So TF, if you guys don't know what TF is, transformation. So obviously not something that can happen in real life, except for actually transforming a little bit more on the feminine side, because holy shit, that's what I did. But edging is something I gotta be careful with, because if I do it too often, I just can't get past that point for a while. Human to furry transformation, yeah, and it absolutely is that too. I mean, so I think I'm always up for it. I am always up for it. I think it's amazing. I think I love it. I think I like seeing that stuff. It's beautiful to me. It's an expression of self. And that's what a lot of these are, is expressions of your own self and sexuality. And I think that's really cool. Colored is the next box as orange before you get it. This one? This one? Are you talking about this one? You think that's going to go up here? Do you think that's going to go up here, Azeroth? I'm into body part transformation, like the middle. Fucking again. Okay, I got you. Scented must do to you being a skunk. Oh, I mean, you're right, but that's not why that I'm into that. I think again, it's an intimacy thing. It definitely is one of my bigger kinks. I think it's fantastic. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about natural scent. I don't like the idea of perfumes and shit like that. I think that kind of ruins intimacy with people. I like the natural scent of somebody. Yeah. It's not even talking about like sweat. I'm not even talking about sweat on this. It's more just somebody's natural smell. I'd rather smell somebody's natural smell. I find that much more erotic than smelling like Pantene Pro V. You know, give me who you are. That allows me to feel you. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like breath play. I really love breath play. I think breath play is one of the truest trust things you can do with somebody. It is dangerous as fuck. It is dangerous as fuck. Yeah. You never do this with a partner that you don't trust. Never do this with a partner that you don't trust. If you want to like get up close and personal with like, you know, somebody's underside, do like some face sitting or some ass worship. don't do smothering unless you absolutely trust this person, you know them intimately. If you're doing that with a random play partner, you got bigger balls than I do, put it that way. That's dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. Sounding. For what, if you guys don't know, this is putting a this is usually putting a cylinder down into the urethra and playing with that a little bit. That is not my thing. It's actually one of my hard limits. It's one of my few hard limits where I'm just like, nope, never, 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 never will I do this. But yeah, sounding, it. I respect people who like it. It is valid as a kink, but it's absolutely not mine. I have bad experiences from it. I have absolutely bad experiences from that from the military. So yeah, not my thing. Alex is a little behind. He says stinky goes well with me. Musk isn't necessarily stinky. It's just natural scent. Tested. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you on that, Blitz. Collar and leash play. This is, yes, I like it a lot. It's not something that is needed. I don't need this all the time, but damn, do I always like it. Every experience I've had with collar and leash play has been fantastic. So the idea of putting someone on a collar, putting a leash on them, and, giving them walkies because they're a good boy or girl. That's fantastic. I fucking love it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I wanted to see. I think it's really cool. Well, maybe at some point, Blitz, when you move out. Collars are fun, but it's important to know that there is a difference between collars and chokers, right? Choker does not have a bit to attach something. So I wear chokers all the time. I don't wear collars. Because I go out a lot and people are saying, oh, you're wearing a nice collar. I'm like, no, it's not a collar. It's a choker. Hides the fact that I got an Adam's apple. Oh my goodness. And some role play in the chat. Jesus. I find this weird, but when I used to work with horse, I always loved the smell of leather saddle and tack mixed in with the smell of the horse. That is not weird. The smell of leather is actually... Where is my leather thing? Because we'll just move right on to that because leather is a huge thing for me. Might as well since you brought it up. Here's a hint because I can't. Oh, there it is. Leather. Leather is very much a huge thing for me. I like the smell of it. I like the feel of it. I like leather as an outfit for toys. Leather is a great material. It has a wonderful scent to it. It has a wonderful feel to it. But yeah. Leather straps, leather bondage, being tied in leather, wearing leather. Absolutely. All of the above. All of the above. I think leather is such a versatile material. Typically when we're talking leather culture, we're talking about like leather daddies and stuff like that, which is fine. But leather, I'm talking about leather, the material. Great material. Is used very effectively for a lot of stuff. So pregnant, I'm basing this on, I can't base this on me or a partner, but I get the fetish for it. I get it, the big round belly. So I'm going to put it down there. It's not really something that I'm into, but if my partner wanted to pretend, hey, you got a big pregnant belly, I'd be up for it. I would be up for it because here's the thing: it's not hurting me, and I get that I might be able to turn them on a little bit more. And it's not about the idea of pregnant people who are into the pregnant fetish. It's not really about it being pregnant. It's about that big round belly, right? All right. So feminization, same idea. My partner wants it. And the way this differs is feminization does not, in ways that this differs from sissies is because we have sissies down here and feminization right here. Feminization isn't about degrading you for being a woman. Some people like doing feminization to feel proud of themselves. And if somebody wanted that, I'm all for it. If you came up to me and said, "Oh, I want to be feminized so I can feel more powerful about who I am," I'm like, I'd be up for it. That I would be up for. If you're saying to me, "I want to be sissified because I'm a dirty slut," no, never gonna happen with me. Ooh, I'm gonna head out. Well, I'll play games for a bit. Of course, you're waiting for your one that you like. All right, so fisting. It can be fun, but the work that goes into it is so crazy. There is so much to it. Fisting is an all-day process. This is not something that you do easily. Fisting, if you don't know, is when you stick your entire fist up into the vagina or the rectum. Anyone can do it. It doesn't. It is a lot of work. It takes time to stretch properly, because both of those areas of the body are very elastic. You can stretch them and they will retain shape very easily. It just takes so fucking much work that it's not my thing. It can be fun, but again, right partner, that's somebody. If somebody wanted to do that to me or somebody wanted me to do that to them, it has to be right partner. More. Nobody's dick is going to be thick as a fist, okay? Be fair. To be fair. Belching. I think that this one, I get where it comes from. I think it can be fun, honestly. I think it can be fun. The idea of the expulsion of that. And I get why people are into it. So it might be something that I'd be willing to do a couple times just to be like, okay, let's see how this goes. It's kind of a humiliation aspect, because that's one of my things I really like. I like the idea of humiliation. The tease where the prey is going to go. It's so damn hot. Fair. That's one aspect I hadn't even thought of that. If you're thinking about it as a tease for vor, that's very interesting. I like that. But for a lot of the IRL, it's mainly based on the scent and the degradation that comes with it, which I dig. With that. Breast smothering. Hate to bring Blitz down, but it's only if my partner wants it. What a way to go out. It's only if my partner wants that. Here's the deal. I don't have them. These ones I'm wearing right now are fake, guys. Mine are smaller. They're B cup at most. If somebody wanted to play with them, yeah. But mine get sore. I can get and I don't get much attraction under being smothered under titties. If somebody wanted to do that to me, not my thing. But if my partner wanted it, hell yeah, I'm up for it. It's not really hurting me. I'd be up for having a face full of tits, and I'd be up for trying to do something with the little things that I've got, But not really my thing. Predicament bondage. Always up for this. Predicament bondage is a very specific type of bondage that you are utilizing the movement of the ropes and the way that you tie people up in order to cause pain or arousal to them every time that they move. So you might tie somebody up so the rope is going in between their legs, and every time they move, they might feel a little bit of rubbing on the legs. I was traumatized with big tits once. Beautiful afterlife. But yeah, predicament bondage. I like it a lot. I actually do. I think it's fun. It's creative. It's kind of like puzzle. It's puzzle making. It's puzzle making with the human body and rope, which is fun. Force buy. I get why people are into it, but not my thing. Not my thing at all. I am not going to force you to explore your sexuality. I don't want you to feel forced in exploring your sexuality. I want you to feel empowered to explore your sexuality if you're hanging out with me. So me forcing you to do something like that, not so much. No. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they had to do something to feel like they were with me. Sorry. All right. So, ball busting. Yay. I like causing this type of pain. If this is sadist side of me, yes, I like causing this type of pain. The reason being is, yeah, I know it's ouchy, but it's very hard to actually inflict permanent damage down there. They are very, very responsive, and they heal quickly. I've been hurt down there quite a few times, and heals very quickly. The pain is very sharp. It does cause an ache, but it's very hard to hurt somebody with that. Is this something I'm going to force on people? No, by no means. I would never force this on anybody. This is not something that anybody would ever have to feel like, oh, I'm worried if I'm hanging out with Abby, she's going to kick me in the sack. No. This is more along the lines. This is a pre-agreed upon thing. Role play. My partner wants it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at role playing anything. You guys know this. I'm not good at pretending to be anything but me. So I can't really do it that well. Plain and simple. I cannot role play that well because that just ain't me. Age play. No, not my thing. No judgment, but definitely not my thing. I don't want to pretend that you're younger or anything like that. I don't want to pretend that you're a baby. Ball busting, growing up around a lot of girls that thought it was funny, kind of developed tolerance for it at the time. That's fair, and that's fair. We each all have our individual things. It's just something that if I'm incorporating sadism into a play session, it's definitely going to be one of the things I try to do that with. Definitely not hard. You got to be careful. But yeah, back on the age play. Shit, no. I don't want to pretend that you're a baby. Not my thing. I can be mommy all you want, but I do not want you to be a baby. Dacrophilia. Dacrophilia is tears. The idea of getting turned on by tears. I don't. It sends me into like this idea of, oh shit, I did something wrong. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that I would make somebody cry. I don't want anybody to cry. I'm kind of goofy with a lot of my interactions on this stuff. Kind of laugh and just be like, yay, fun. But it just make me cry. I don't want to make anyone cry. Bladder control. I think that is if my partner wanted it. My partner wanted to do something with that. If my partner sorry about the dogs. If my partner wanted to do something with that, I'd be all for it. This is basically setting up commands and structures so they can't use the bathroom unless you're told. And I think I can see why that's kind of interesting. Not really my thing, but hey, I'm willing to explore it. Docking, definitely not my thing. No judgment. No judgment at all for people who enjoy docking. Docking is when you are playing with an uncircumcised male and you also have a penis and you put your penis into the uncircumcised male's foreskin. Not really anything that I have any sort of interest in. No, just not something I'd get into. And our next one here is piss play. If my partner wanted it, if my partner wanted that, I'd be up for it. Piss play is actually very sanitary. Believe it or not, it's extremely clean. Piss is sterile. It smells bad, but it's sterile. If somebody really wanted it, I'd be like, okay, we can experiment. We can have fun with it. It's not something I'm ever going to actively seek. All right. As for the next one, rimming. Yay. Very much. Yeah. Both sides of it. Hold on one moment. Both sides of it. Rimming is fantastic. Both getting a tongue up your ass and sticking your tongue up somebody else's ass. It's intimate. It's fun. It's making out. It's absolutely kissing. And I think that's fantastic. I love it. I love every part of it. So all for it. All for it. And it goes well with the trio here of all of this. All of this is face sitting, ass worship, smothering, and ribbing. I'm an ass girl. I like that. Foot worship. I am always up for foot worship. Rub my feet, kiss them. I think it's hot. I absolutely think it's hot. Especially if I've been in boots all day. Please rub my feet because I need that. The feet hurt. This is almost like less of a kink and more like my feet hurt. Please help me. Please help me because I'm in heels a lot of the time. And what we got next? Hypno. This is a few people's favorites. It's if my partner wants it. If my partner wants hypno, I'll try it. I can't get hypnotized. I can try to do a hypnosis session, but I don't know how effective that would be. Honestly, I'm not sure if I can actually pull it off. I don't know if I can pull off a hypnosis session. I don't know enough about it. I just know for sure that I can't get hypnotized. It's not something that I'm able to do. Hold on. I need to check something real quick, so I'm going to go BRB. Hold on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure on something. And we are back. So, our next one, threesomes. Always up for it. The more people you have to explore with, the better. If you're in a healthy relationship where you have that and you're able to explore with multiple people, why the fuck not? Hell, it's an experience. It's fun to learn more about each other that way, you know? Choking, it can be fun because when I'm talking about choking, I'm talking about strictly hands around the throat choking, that sort of breath play. I'd much rather use like hand over mouth or, butt over face, that type of idea. But with choking, not. I can see where the fun comes in, but you have to be really careful of where you grab the windpipe. You don't want to do any major damage, right? Right. And again, breath play, all the way up here. But again, that's careful. It's being very careful. And when I'm talking breath play, we're going to limit this to like hand over mouth idea. Breath play on a whole is fantastic, but you have to be extremely careful. Gender transformation, always up for it. I think gender transformation is a beautiful experience of letting you explore different types of gender. Aw, beautiful afterlife. Thank you. Love. I think gender transformation basically allows you to express yourself in a different gender. I think that's cool. That's how really I started with who I am. was by doing gender transformation, by wanting to do drag. It helped me learn who I am. So that's always going to be always up for that. If somebody wants to explore that, all for it. All for it. So ABDL. If you had asked me before TFF, I probably would have said no, not my thing, but no judgment. But now I'm going to say, hey, if people are doing what they do, let them have fun with it. This is adult baby diaper lovers. So people who get around in diapers, they won't mess in. It gets to be a problem if people are like messing and pissing in their diapers. But, you know, if they're just out there having fun, screw it. Have fun with it. Have fun. I'm all for that. That said, wedding, hell no. No, thank you. No, thank you. Wedding would be actually pissing in those diapers. So, no. Gross. I don't want to clean up everything. I can role play. Not really even role play, but I can act like a mommy a bit. But I ain't your mommy. So, I'm not changing you. Macro. Macro would be if I'm giant lady. And I want to be a giant lady. Let me be a giant woman. I want to be a giant woman. So, yeah. I am always up for this. If you want to draw art of me as a giant woman, please do. Because I would fucking love that. Now, scissoring, there are two different types of scissoring. So let me be very clear on which one I'm talking about. There is scissoring with lesbians, where they are rubbing each other's clitorises together, and they're able to achieve climax that way. And there's also scissoring as in a wrestling move where you like squeeze somebody with your thighs. I'm talking about the latter, and for the latter, I am always up for that. I have thighs. I like using them. I want to squeeze people. Pantyhose as a clothing option, it can be fun. For anything else, not so much. I'm going to take this and reduce the size down a little bit. Or I'm going to put her up here. There we go. But yeah, pantyhose as not so much. I like it as clothing. That's about it. I like it as clothing. Cuckoldry, that's when you are in a relationship and you are looking for your feminine spouse or your other spouse to sleep. When you're looking for your spouse to sleep with another, and you're basically being cheated on, but consensually. It's not my thing. It really isn't my thing. I'm sorry to anybody who is into cuckoldry. It's just not my thing. I feel like there's honest ways to get around that. Bukkake. This would be multiple people coming on somebody. It comes from a Japanese term where people are just going around, you know, possibly like a circle jerk onto a person. It would depend on the group. But I'd be up. If my partner wanted to try it, I'd be up for it. I would absolutely be up for it. Wanted a white Christmas, so I came or face that morning. You shouldn't even thank me. Goodness, Azeroth, that would be bukkake. Yes. Well, actually, that's more of a facial because that'd be one person. Hyper. This is primarily furry and anime art, where the tits are expanded out to a huge amount, the dick is expanded out to a huge amount, butt is basically expansion of a singular body part. Not my thing. It loses the attraction. I like more natural form things. I like things that look a little bit more natural. It might be different if it's a little bit bigger than normal. Yeah, that can be hot. But that's why when you see my avatars in the VR chat, I might have a bigger butt. I might have a little bit of bigger tits, but I'm gonna look natural. I'm not gonna look like I have anything expanded. No, fuda comes from the term fudanari. Fudanari is the term of having both a dick and a vagina. So they have both a penis and vagina. Basically, a lot of it can be used as a cheap way to put down trans women. I don't like futa at all. I don't like that art. I don't like being called a futa because a lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, you're a futa." I'm like, I've gotten that out and about before, and it's not. That's not me. I'm just a trans woman. Yes, I have a dick, but it doesn't really function even that much anymore. To be fair, it's this stylized idea that, hey, we have trans women who are always horny and they have big throbbing cocks. No, that doesn't exist. It sets up a bad idea. So I don't like futa, but yeah, hyper would be part of that because in drawings of futanari they can have hyper phalluses and they can have hyper tits. It's the idea of taking something and making it expanded out. I just thought it was a girl that had penis, and hermaphrodite was the state of both genitals. Hermaphrodite actually is an outdated term. Somebody who has characteristics of both genders is called, or both sexes is called intersex. Futanari is typically supposed to, it comes from the term of having both sets of genitals. In Japan, it's basically Japan's version of hermaphrodite, which is a term that's no longer used. But people have fetishized it and made it into basically, hey, look, it's now it's become on the internet. Hey, anime chick with a dick. That's really what futa ends up being. Stockings, always up for it. Wearing cute socks during play, absolutely. Having somebody else wearing cute socks during play, always up for it. Having somebody wear cute stockings, which go all the way up, shit, yes, all for it. Pet play, love it, love it, love it, love it, love, 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 love pet play. I think pet play is undervalued. The idea of giving somebody good head scratch for being a good boy, a girl, taking them on walkies, treating them like a puppy or a kitten. It's very closely in line with furry, so I like it. I think it's cute. I like that a lot. Soft 4, I'm gonna put Soft 4 right with the rest of the Vor stuff right now. It can be fun, I've seen. Soft 4, the way that it differs from traditional Vor, because Vor has a lot of different subcategories. We're gonna have to expand out my screen here in a sec. We're gonna have to expand out my screen in a sec. Say hello to the puppy. But Soft 4 is the idea of eating someone whole. So think of a way a snake eats something. That is Soft 4. That is absolutely Soft 4. Slapping. It can be fun with the right partner. With the right partner, slapping can be really fun. I like the idea of it. It's definitely a power play move, but I'm not talking about like really hard slaps. I'm talking about like low lip, like just a slight slap. I think that can be a lot of fun. Plushies, not my thing. No judgment. These are people who are into like sexuality with stuffed animals. I don't find that interesting at all. If you do, absolutely no judgment. Fucking love. Literally love. But not my thing. Not my thing at all. Wrestling, yes. You never knew there were so many different kinks. Beautiful Afterlife, this is honestly a condensed list. There's a lot. If there's a thing, there's a kink for it. Some people do like dump plushies, yeah. For wrestling, I'm all for it. I think it's incredibly intimate, and the idea of having that intimate contact, flesh to flesh, it's hot. It's very hot. This is where things like the scissoring come in. I find that immensely erotic. Shaving, if my partner wants it, sure. I shave all the time. I see no sexual aspect to that at all. I don't see any kinky aspect to it. I shave my body. So I like being shaved, but it has nothing to do with sexuality to me. It has to do with the fact that I want to be smooth. It's a euphoric thing for me. King for E, mashed potatoes, because I really, yes, there could be. There probably is. Mashed potatoes are good though. I think everybody likes potatoes. Let's be fair. It's more of a king for potatoes. But yeah, I don't see any interest in shaving. Micro, it's not my thing. I don't want to be small. I want to be big. Now if you're the one small, all for it. That makes me macro. But I don't want to be micro. I don't want to be small. I like feeling like I am tall. I like feeling like I am in charge. It's my thing. All right. Continuing on. I think we're almost halfway there. Macro, micro, like size play a lot, but more believable sizes. The more extremes, the range of the human size, like 3 feet and as large as 8 feet. See, I think of macro, give me like about 20 feet. I would love that. Micro, but below like a foot, no thank you. So crops. These are riding crops. They are smaller whips with a leather or other appliance at the end that you use to simply just smack somebody real quick. I use them a lot. They're more, I like them, but they're more for, what's it called? They're more for show. They look really good to show. Like if you walk in with a riding crop, you look like you're in power, which I totally dig. Facials, like it. Come on my face. I'm all for it. I like it. It's a feeling of intimacy, right? It's an absolute feeling of intimacy. I like the idea of it. I'm all for it. A facial is when you ejaculate on somebody's face. So I think that's really hot. I think that's hot. Plain and simple. Super macro, that big is just macro. I get you on that, Azeroth. I get you on that. New way of putting on makeup. Shush. No. Only if it's only white makeup. Muscle worship, it's not my thing. No judgment to anybody who's really into muscly people, but it's absolutely not my thing. Speech restrictions. All for it. Always up for this. Speech restrictions and interactions can really intensify a scene. Poor doggo is itchy. Yeah, we're waiting on some stuff for him right now, and yeah. That's why I was checking the door. We're waiting for some stuff to arrive for him. He is itchy. I feel bad for him. But yeah, speech restriction, absolutely all for. Anon play, anonymous play. I like to know my partners. I'd rather know my partner and know them intimately, which is why I haven't had a partner in a while, honestly, because I want to know people. I don't want just random people to come up to me. You doing okay? It's a new puppy. It's not the new puppy, but it's my other puppy, Bowie. He's getting used to Texas still. Hair pulling. Yes, pull my hair. Pull my hair. It's hot. I like pulling hair. Please, both ways. Yes, it's hot. Just don't pull my hair out. But yeah, the idea of using that is just like it's built in, like grabbing. It's hot. It's hot. Maid outfits. If my partner wants it, I get nothing from the maid outfits. You don't have any hair to pull. You're fine, love. Pull mine then. How about that? You just pull mine. I don't get anything from the maid outfit. I get why it's a big thing with people, and I get why people like it. It does nothing for me. It absolutely does nothing for me. Breeding. Breeding is just the idea of coming inside somebody. Not my thing. Sorry. Traditional sex, not my thing. Sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. Alright, so obviously furries go up there. It's hot. It's a form of expression. It allows people to express even more. But yeah, it is technically its own kink, right? It is technically its own kink. Human furniture is hot. The idea of making somebody into a piece of furniture and utilizing them is hot as all fuck. That might be a top. Walks in dressed as a hyena. Sir, I hear you like furries. It's sassy. But yeah, I love the idea of human furniture. This goes back into predicament bondage. It's a way of using bondage to create something out of it. Maybe using somebody as a footrest, maybe using somebody as a chair. It's an idea of servitude that I find really... I would be a lamp because you turn me on. Oh, thank you. Oh. Trampling. This would be me stepping on somebody. As furries like to call it steppies. It can be fun. It can be fun. If somebody's up for it, I'm down for it. It's not like my number one thing, but I always find it kind of interesting. I know you're teasing, love. I know you're teasing. But yeah, I find trampling interesting. I like that it represents a power play. Voyeurism, not my thing. I don't like looking on at people who don't know that they're being watched. It's creepy to me. It's absolutely creepy to me. I don't want to be a voyeur. And I would not like anybody to be a voyeur to me, to be fair, you know? Spanking, always up for it. Nothing better than giving somebody a good spank on the rump. That is definitely a thing for me, because that can be incorporated into like a lot of different aspects of discipline, and we'll see later on I have some specific spanking implements on here. Inflation, if my partner wants that. This is very much a specific fetish art. It's common in furries, as most fetish art is, but the idea of somebody blowing up, I get it. I get where it's coming from, because people like seeing that idea of being blown up to be big and round, right? Yeah, not really my thing though. But if somebody wanted, like said, I want to draw Abby inflated as a balloon, and they were my partner, I'd be like, sure, why not, right? Why not? It's like you looking at someone as food when you lick your lips, just creepy. Fair. Masks. I think masks can be a lot of fun. Masks can be a lot of fun when done right. I especially like gas masks a lot. I really do like gas masks. I actually have a gas mask here. I think they're fun. I like wearing masks just for the concept of adding another thing to wear, to be fair. It's nothing about hiding identity to me, which a lot of people think masks are all about, but it's about another piece of fashion. Contracts. Legally, so you're setting up a sub and dom dynamic. No thanks. I don't need a contract. I feel like that's getting too deep into it. I don't want anybody to feel contractually bound to me, nor do I want to feel contractually bound to somebody. Not something that I need in my life. Scratching definitely can be fun. Not scratching till it bleeds, but scratching to just like get that feel on the skin, you know? I have nails, I want to utilize them. Yes, the lifestyle is meant to be fun, not all serious. That's my viewpoint. There are other people who think it's very serious business, and that is respectful as well. Either way, you know? All for it. CNC. This is consensual non-consent. This is basically like people setting up scenarios where they can have interactions with a non-consensual partner, but it's consented on beforehand. So it's a very advanced form of role play. It's not my thing. It gets too close to the R word. Don't like it at all. It's not my thing. I would never do this with anybody. Yeah, it's force play. It's agreed on beforehand. I don't care for it. I want something to be completely consensual all the way through. I want to have interaction. I can't role play that much. I can't. Bondage, yes. I want to tie you up. I want to tie you up. I like that. I like making people immobile. It's fun. It's fun. I have human furniture on here twice. So that's going away. Exhibition. This I'm always up for. I like showcasing myself. I like showing who I am. Somebody wanted me to do a public play demo, I'm all for it. I think that's cool. I like that. I like the idea that I feel confident enough in myself nowadays where I can say, yes, look at me. Look at how I'm interacting. Looking how I'm being a sexual being. You know? I'm not even talking about like exhibition through nudity. I'm talking about exhibition just in play and actions all across the board. Orgies. Orgies get a bit much for me. If my partner wanted to attend one, I would go with them. That said, I don't think I would do anything at the orgy. Orgies are just groups of so many people with so much anonymous sex. It's just not my thing, but I would be there to support my partner. I would be there to support my partner all the way. Floggers, which are used, they're leather whips that have multiple tails. They kind of look like a cat 9 tails, except they don't have hooks at the end. They can be fun. They're hard to use. And a lot of people use floggers improperly. They get a flogger and they think, oh, I'm a dom now, and it's not true. You just need to learn how to use your own tools. I don't think that's proper. I think, hey, you learn what you got and use it properly. All right. Vomit. Not my thing. It's a safety hazard. Same thing with coprophilia. I don't want to play with vomit. It grosses me out because it's actual sick. But I respect people who do want to play with it, but they need to be very careful because that's actual biohazard thing. That's an actual biohazard thing. Back beds. Back beds. I want one. I want a vacuum bed really bad. A vacuum bed is you place somebody in a sheet of usually latex is sucked down, creating an outline of somebody. It's basically an intense form of bondage. And I would love to have a vacuum bed, but they are expensive. I've played with one before, but they are, it's fun, just expensive. I want it. That's like literal definition of I want it. I want it. So, anal bore. It's gonna go with the rest of the bore. I think it's interesting. It's basically the idea of boring someone up through the rectum. I find that interesting. It's cool. I've seen those. They use water jets to go up and down. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really cool. The vacuum beds are fucking fantastic. But yeah, anal bore. It interests me. I don't know enough about it. But the art of it is cool. The art of it is cool. Fine dom, not my thing. I'm never going to be a fine dom, guys. Sorry. I am never going to be a financial dominatrix. I don't want to deal with your... Because here's the deal. You have a couple different types of financial dominatrixes, right? You have ones who are actually good at it and know what they're doing, and they're taking into account somebody's entire financial security, and they're never going to ask for more than a person can give. But then there's also fine doms who are just going online and saying, I'm a dom, send me all your wallet, pay pig. No, that's not responsible. You can hurt people that way. So my best bet is to avoid that shit. The proctologist isn't eating you with his butt. So anal bore is thinking like eating someone with your butt. But yeah, find not my thing. Wax play though can be a lot of fun. Wax play is using specialized candles to drip on somebody. You cannot just use a regular candle. Using a regular candle is just guaranteed to hurt somebody and burn them. You have to use low heat candles to burn the candle, get the wax, and then you set that down. Smoking, I'm getting out of it. I'm trying not to smoke. I am trying not to smoke. So that's going to be not my thing. I want cigarettes bad, but I'm trying not to smoke. But smoking, there's a kink for it. There's a kink to see somebody who's sexually smoking a cigarette. It's kind of hot. It kind of is hot, but for my own personal health, it is not my thing. It is not my thing. Vaping is now, right now, at least. Okay, mummies. Mummies is another type of bondage. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. Basically, with mummies, you are looking at recreating a mummy, either with fabric or a lot of times people use saran wrap to completely immobilize a body. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. Bellies. Yay, I like bellies. I like bellies a lot. I like people who have a round belly. I like people who have a round belly. I don't want to see somebody who's hard. I want somebody who's soft. Give me somebody who has meat on their bones. Heels, yes. Yes, please. I want to wear heels. Toilet paper works pretty good for mummies. Not for that type of mummy, honey. This type of mummy is completely immobilized. But yeah. Where did I put it? What was I just talking about? Heels. Yes, heels. I'm a shoe girl. I'm very much a shoe whore. I like good heels. Paddles are my preferred method of spanking, actually. So that definitely goes up in the I want it now. It's my preferred method of it. I don't have as strong of a hand anymore. Or strong of an arm, so I use the paddle to give me a little bit more force, and it allows me to. I have a very specific paddle that I have made for me. If you've seen my little emote with the girl holding the paddle, that actually is mine. It was designed after my paddle. I love it, but it's made specifically so it is light for me to hold, but still gives a little bit of thwack to it. Gagging. I'm talking specifically about gagging on cock on this one. And hey, sounds like it would be fun. I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it. Can't hurt to try that. I'm down. Begging, it's annoying to me. Begging is not something that I'm going to be into. Begging, just not my thing, to be fair. Let's go down so we can see a little bit more of what we have left. Begging is not my thing. I respect people who like it. I respect people who get off on the idea of somebody begging for attention, begging for anything, but it's not my thing. Aftercare, yes. Always aftercare. Anytime you have a good scene, you need aftercare. Aftercare allows us to re-enter into the real world, to get out of the play space, get out of that play headspace. Aftercare is vital. It's not a kink, it's just vital and needed. Feet. I'd say it can be fun. I'm all for it. Just the idea of somebody finding feet attractive. Feederism. Feederism is the idea of wanting to feed somebody until they get big and round. Getting off on the idea of feeding somebody or being fed. It's not my thing, but hey, no judgment if you are into that. Honestly, the same thing with dirt. People who like dirty play, like playing in the mud. I have a thing where I'm a little bit. I want to be clean. I want to be clean. I don't like feeling dirty. So yeah, not my thing. No judgment though. Piercing. I have never gone to piercing. But hey, if my partner wanted it, I'd be down for trying it. Piercing is typically temporary piercings all throughout the body. People can do like corset piercings on the back. They can do piercings that are across the chest. But typically, if you're doing piercing during play, it's temporary. It's not my thing, but hey, I'd be up for trying if my partner wanted to do it. Latex, yes. I like leather more, but latex is still pretty fucking good. I like how latex is tight, and I like the way it makes the body look. It's fantastic to me. Double penetration. I would imagine it could be fun. I haven't done it. But I think it could be a lot of fun. So the idea of getting penetrated twice at once, purely in a sexual, a kink related manner, though, not really sexuality for me on that one. Chastity, I would love that. Just putting somebody in chastity if they really were feeling very horny, and using that as a tool. I think that's really cool. The idea of being able to hold off. There's also mental chastity that you can enact with people to be like, hey, just don't do this until we meet, or restrict yourself, right? Restrict yourself. Caging, this is the idea of actually putting somebody inside a cage, like maybe a dog kennel or something like that. And for caging, I think, yeah, I like it. I would love to have a little puppy cage where I can keep people. Burning, that's going to go into a not my thing. Again, same idea as branding. I don't want to burn people. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to actually cause pain for people. I get that there's some people who are turned on by it, but hey, whatever. Legs, yes. Give my legs love. Please. Give my legs love. I like how smooth my legs are lately. So if people like that, good for them. I like how my legs look lately. Blood play, definitely not my thing. I'm not interested in it. Just not my thing, and not how I like to not how I like to present myself, right? I don't want to deal with blood. It's a absolute it's a biohazard again. It's biohazard. Sadism, it can be fun. I'm not really a sadist by any means. I don't want to inflict pain on people, but if people want to give me them a spanking or do like a little bit of a whipping with them, hey, sure, why not? I'm okay with it. So here's where it's going to sound different. It's going to sound weird, because I'm not for burning at all, but fire play, yes. Fire play, if my partner wants it, I'm up for it. Bowie, shush, buddy. If people wanted to experiment with fire play, I think that's kind of cool. I'm down for it. Fire play is usually done for more of a dramatic effect. It's not done to actually burn somebody. Think of like fire cupping. That is part of fire play, actually. Conditioning. Always up for this. Conditioning is utilizing positive and negative reinforcement to build in attractions. I think that's really cool. Helping somebody learn more about themselves through positive and negative reinforcement. Think Pavlov's dog, but only for kink. Coiling. This is absolutely a furry specific thing. Think of it like furry bondage, where like you use like a tail to wrap someone up tight. So this is something you're gonna see more in art. I fucking love the art of coiling. I think it's really cool looking. So think of snakes, how they coil around somebody. That's where the name comes from. I think art of coiling is really cool. Obviously impossible in real life, but it goes back into the idea of, I like the idea of wrapping somebody up. I think it's cool. CBT can be fun. CBT is cock and ball torture. This is just light hitting. This is tying it up some people. This is tying up like the cock and the balls and doing light torture on it. It's really not even torture. It's just more along the lines of a different form of predicament bondage. Ass play, yes. I like playing with that. I think it's good. And actually, I'm going to move that up to I want it now. It's a good area. It's a good area to play with. We don't have enough of that done. So we have two different types of gags here. We have ring gags and ball gags. Both are essentially the same thing. One allows for penetration. One just is more for keeping somebody from speaking. And they both can be fun. I don't have any preference on that. And so the last one we have. Hi, Eric's. Hi, love. Yes, I'm very into ass. So the last one that we have is farting. This is the embarrassing one for me because, yeah, it can be fun. It's embarrassing for me, actually, and that's part of why I get embarrassed on stream for that, actually, is because I think it's a little hot sometimes if done in the right situation. But yeah, no, I do think that it's a little hot if done in the right situation. It actually, this would be like, but yeah, it embarrasses the fuck out of me. But that's part of the turn on for me, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense, I'd actually put this up there. Oh, bringing the fart spray. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's the thing. It embarrasses me, but part of the turn on is that it embarrasses me. Both the action of doing it around people and doing it for people. Having it done around me. It's embarrassing, and that's where the attraction comes from. But yeah, this is my list, guys. This is my complete and total list. Whoosh. Jeez. We already had human furniture on, so don't worry, we didn't miss anything. But yeah, this is a complete and total list. What I'm going to do right now, we are going to save this. And we're going to save this as Miss Abby's Kink Tier List. And description. Oh, whoa. Save. And now we can share that. And now we can share that wherever. Oh, no, macro is something I've been into, actually. Macro is something I've been into for a while, Eric's. I fucking love macro art. Wish I could drink. I need one now. Oh my god. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I think macros, I love the idea of being big. I want to be tall. I want to be tall. I want to be big girl. But yeah, I think this is pretty comprehensive, but here's the thing. Here's a thing to remember. These things change and evolve. So if you ask me to do this same thing again 2 months from now, it might be completely different. It might be absolutely completely different. This is kind of like a snapshot of how I am right now. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me today. I'm gonna have a recording for this up, and I'm definitely gonna be sharing this over into our adult chat as well. So thank you guys so much for being amazing and lovely people. I fucking love all of you. I hope that I didn't lose any viewers by doing this, but you know what? I hope you guys all got a little bit of enjoyment of learning about how I stand on a lot of these things. Thanks, Alex. I will try to have a good day, because here's the deal. This is just how I stand. People can be so many different ways, and nothing is invalid. I appreciate that beautiful afterlife. No matter how you feel about this, your feelings are your own. They're all valid. Now, we're going to wrap things up because we're going to start stream over with Lainey in a little bit. So thank you guys so much for taking time. I fucking love you all. I will see you later, and hopefully I'll see you on Lainey's stream. Love you all.